How's it going, everybody? Today is the day. We are starting on the organics. So we got all the conventional crops in. The weather has definitely heated up, so that's going to help the organic seed jump out of the ground really quick since it doesn't have any of that seed treatment on it. So we're starting out with the organic corn here. Dad got the field worked up yesterday, and we're going to get rolling. And this is kind of what it looked like last summer, this red clover in here that we frost seeded with the wheat with last year. That's gonna give that corn a good jump of nitrogen along with the chicken litter that we spread out there as well. So we did have to do some changes when we went from the conventional crops to the organic. We have to clean out the whole planter, make sure that there's no seed or seed treatment left in there from the conventional crops. And then instead of putting the seed up in there like we did in some of those first videos I showed you guys, we're actually just putting the seed in these regular seed hoppers. And those are just dedicated to organic every year, so we don't get any cross-contamination. So another cool thing that we're going to be trying to help with row cultivation is the GPS receiver that's up there on top of the planter. So that's gonna be telling the screen exactly where the planter is and make sure that all of the rows are perfectly spaced for cultivation when we go ahead and do that. So time to hit it. Started in a new field out here. Just got the 40 acres to the west side of that place done. So here we are starting a new field. So this first organic soybean field that we're planting here tonight is actually an old hay field. So we grew alfalfa grass mixed hay on this field for I don't know, it was probably been 6+ years. So that's how we got this transition to organic. We just got it planted and just hayed it for that long and haven't fertilized it for the past 3 years. So this is first year organics out here. And yeah, it looks a little rough. You can see the planter row units are rough, right, a little rough, but that's actually all the roots from the old alfalfa and grass. We worked it quite a few times to get it mellowed out, and there's just quite a few of those dead roots that are hanging on. So yeah, just one of those things. Since we can't use herbicides or weed killers to kill it off, we just have to work it a few times to get it all died off. So these soybeans are getting planted around 175,000 seeds per acre, which for 30-inch soybeans, which means each row spacing is 30 inches apart. We're not using those front units right now. pretty high for soybeans on a 30-inch row. The reason we're doing that is because of the weeds coming through. So we want to make sure that the weeds do not come in between the soybean plants, in between the row. So the more seeds we throw out there in the row, the more competition those weeds are going to have. Hopefully hold them back, because we can control the weeds between the row with the row cultivator and the and that you guys will get to see that here in a couple weeks. But yeah, our main thing is the weeds that come up in between the soybeans. That is our challenge. So we got the seeding rate cranked up for that. So I should explain that too. So how do we farm this organically? What does that actually mean for the end consumer? So the first part of it, just like I was explaining before at this field, you have to go through a 3-year transition process where you're not allowed to spray any pesticides or herbicides or use any commercial fertilizer. It's all got to be all natural fertilizer, and can only use basically only weed control you got is literally pulling them by hand, or using equipment to work up the soil. So after the 3-year process, you apply for the certification. Pretty long paperwork process that we go through, explaining how we're going to manage the soil, how we're going to manage the fields, and then get that all submitted. And then after we plant, actually in the next couple weeks here, we'll actually have an inspector come out, double check all of our paperwork, check over, make sure we're doing everything according to the USDA organic standards, and then we'll get our certificate at that point. So it's kind of a lengthy process. So this is our 3rd year being certified organic. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Had to turn on the unrow. No, actually, this is our 4th year being certified organic. So we've been in the transition process since 2015, basically. Our first year organic was 2018. Just started with a little 40-acre patch. Actually, just back there about a mile. Just started with a 40-acre patch, and now this year we're a little over 400 acres certified organic with some more in transition. So it's definitely a lot more work than conventional crops, but there is definitely a premium in there to help account for that, and just kind of a way for me to get back to the farming operation. Hard to pick up more land, so it's just trying to make more profit on the land that we have available. So not a ton left to this field, but once we get done with this one, there's another 30 acres right across the hay field there, and then got a 75-acre piece, and basically 2 40s to do as well. So hoping to get that all knocked out here by the end of the weekend, and got a good stretch of weather here, so do it. So got moved over to the next field. This one last year was 1st year organic corn, and we had an airplane fly on cereal rye as a cover crop in like August time frame. So the soil finisher did a super nice job working it up. It's super smooth. I could honestly probably jack up the speed a little bit, but I don't know. I think they're working really good. I hate to push it too hard. So we are going to get this thing folded up and get it moved home. So one other thing we got to do with this whole twist and fold mechanism to make it safe down the road is we got to take this bar here and put it in that main lift cylinder there to make sure that it doesn't fall off going down the road and the whole thing would drop down, so that'd be pretty bad. Sweet. Transport lock is in. Get the rest of this thing folded up and head home for the night.